All right, we are live. Welcome back. It's gonna be my first YouTube video. Today we're gonna talk about ARK. We're gonna talk about some macroeconomics. We're gonna talk about market sentiments. Everything that an investor should know at this time. So let's just start off. Let's talk about some macroeconomic ideas right now. We can see that 10-year bonds are going up. And, I think this is possibly a good thing. I think once it hits this 2.5 range, people are going to see that this is not very viable. And it's going to start to go down. I know that I looked and I saw shorts positions were being put up onto it today. I think it's just noise in the market right now. Nothing to be worried about in the slightest. I would give it no. I mean, it's important to stay a little bit, pay attention to a little bit of bonds, but not a whole too much. Second, let's look at lowest unemployment since the coronavirus. That is a big plus. Number two, and this is a stat that not a lot of people know, but people are actually adding hours to their payroll. So this quarter it was zero point 0.2 hours. You times that by 300 million people. You have a lot of extra spending power from the retail consumer market, which is also a very good sign. Consumer spending is up to 25%, which is huge. We kind of saw a dip of that earlier a couple months ago. Now it's back up. Last thing let's talk about is stimulus. I really didn't think the stimulus was necessary. It is nice for the economy, though. It's going to keep boosting sales, just all around. So I think on the macro side right now, even though we are kind of seeing this sell-off, I do think we are looking good. Places are starting to open up. That is always a positive thing. Vaccines are going out positive. So short term, mid-term, long term, I'm having confidence in the market. And that's kind of what I do before I, evaluate a play. I look on the macro side. Now, let's start to switch to my stock pick today, which is going to be ARK. I think let's start off and talk a little bit about ARK. So ARK is an ETF, and it is kind of changing the way of how ETFs run. So normally we see ETFs, buy, hold long for long periods of time. Now we're seeing Cathie Wood and her team of analysts and CPAs actively trading on this ETF. And for me, that gives me reinsurance that they're always going to be watching over it if I can't. So let's say I have school, I have work. They're going to be watching over that, and that gives me extra state of mind that they're actively trading, they're actively finding new stocks, position sizing. They can do all that. So that's number one why I like this ETF combined. And we cannot pass up the fact that it is up twofold this year. Absolutely crazy stuff out of Cathie Wood and her team. I really do like it. Now, I want to talk about kind of what they hold and why I think that right now we're kind of in a how do I put this? In a sell-off that is not valid. This is an unvalid sell-off in my eyes. So let's look at their top positions. We have Tesla, Square, Teladoc, Spotify, Roku. These are names that are changing the environment we live in today. We can start off just with Square, different forms of payments. Tesla, EV with the Biden administration, they're going to be pushing for more clean energy. Great place to be. We talk about one of my favorite Teladoc. Maybe we'll be in a point where there's no more doctor appointments. You talk online. I think these are great companies. That they have a lot of growth and they have been hyper growth this year. And I think a pullback on these areas is a good thing. And I think another valid point to add to this is I'm actually excited to see a little bit of a sell off on technology. And you say, hey, why do you say that? We can see in these bubbles, if it's going to be an IPO bubble, a .com bubble, it's because all of the money is going to that specific place. I kind of think that innovation, technology, we kind of were getting to that point, and I'm kind of glad to see other assets being collected by investors, not just growth stocks. I think that diversifying is a good thing, and it's good for us over a long period of time. And people have also brought up to my attention, oh, we're in a tech bubble. No. So a dot-com bubble is they had these crazy valuations on companies that had no earnings. They didn't know what they were doing. They had a URL code. We can see earnings are up crazy this quarter. SPY should still be in a bull market for the next year just off of that alone. So, looking at all of these factors combined, and I actively trade on other stocks. I want most of my portfolio to be have someone else do it that knows more than me. Kathy Wood has an amazing team around her. Her CFAs, her analysts have more knowledge than I'll ever have about the stock market combined. I want my money sitting with them. So their holdings, we can go through this. I mean, just a couple. JD.com, I really love them. They're kind of taking up the China world, kind of like Alibaba. I've actually looked at their site, very clean. We have a lot of, let's just see, let's look through some that I really like. Nano Dimension, so that's a good one. I know that's in her other ETF PRNT. I really do like Nano Dimension. I think a lot of her stocks right now are kind of playing off of stocks that evolved during COVID, right? We saw masks being printed by 3D printers, ventilators, and I think this is going to change the way how we look at the stock market. So lots of very innovative stocks in here, and I also encourage you guys, ARKW, ARKG, ARKK, all other great stocks. I hold all of them. My biggest position is in ARKK because I do think that innovation and technology is where the most growth is going to be over the next few years. I also think ARKG, Genomics, I'll make another video about that. Really like that. So, I am bullish on the overall, and I think this kind of pullback was unnecessary. So let's go ahead and let's just look at kind of futures. So sorry for that sound. So we are Wednesday, almost Thursday. I haven't looked at futures in a while, so let's go to 1 minute time frame so I can see. Okay, so we did dip very hard. So this is kind of where we were today, the 3800s. Looks like we reclaimed that 3800 spot. It looks like we have a nice bull flag if this can hold. So I'd like to come back to this before I end the video, and so let's just do a quick bull flag. And it's kind of a weird bull flag, but okay, I think that bull flag will hold. Looks like we were down close to 1.5%, so we did have a big comeback. So I really do think a flush in this scenario is good. I think stocks right now could be what you could say over valued, and that's okay. I think that right now a pullback is healthy, but I want to explain to you guys why I think this is a good buying spot. So this SPY's 200-day moving average. We're riding right along it. Looks like this bull flag is going to fail. That's okay. So futures, tomorrow they're not looking bad. They're looking actually really good. If we were down 1.5%, which we were. Let's go back to the main play. Let's go back to ARK. I wanted to point out to you guys, when I trade, I use RSI. Overvalued and undervalued. It shows the indicators on that. So let's go to 1 year time frame, and this is why I'm going to show you why I'm so bullish on the stock. We see these little bumps across the road, and we can see this is a major bump. This is a sell-off, and excuse me. So for my factors right now, that make it so bullish right now is our 200 EMA. We're about to hit it. I could see a nice bounce off of there. This is the most important factor in my opinion. We look at RSI on the 1 year, and we're almost to the oversold zone. You look anywhere else on this time frame, you're not there. You're just not going to have a chance where you get this. So very bullish on that. If it can actually bounce off this 200 EMA, I probably will add more. So technicals, we are down. There is a gap to fill, 139 to 144, which is 3.5% gap. So, we have a lot of upside here, and we are up twofold. That's very important to keep in mind on this stock. So, overall, I'm very bullish on the stocks they have, their innovation, Kathy Wood and her team. RSI is down. We're riding our 200 EMA. There's a lot of bullish signals here, and I just want to communicate this, that let's say that it drops 10%. Right? I know that there's a lot of people right now that are holding cash, and I think one of the what kind of made this market sell off is a lot of these new traders. They're getting their portfolios absolutely whacked, and they're creating this sell off. So I think that is to attribute to a little bit of it. So right now, my loading zone is kind of here. Let's say it drops 10 more percent. I'm just going to average down. I can't predict the bottom. No one can. So let's start where we're down a lot on a quality ETF. One of my favorites. It is my favorite. And let's just average down. I think that's the best plan of attack if you're trying to get in. If you're still in it, if you bought at 160, a couple months you'll be back in it. If you can afford to, liquidate some of your other positions, put it in. I think that would be a very big plus to you. So, very bullish on this. I did want to look at SPY. Let's just look at SPY. I'm so sorry it keeps doing that. So, it looks like SPY we're doing okay. I want to bring this to 1 year time frame. Okay, that works. So, oh, it does not. Sorry. Okay, so let's bring this to 1 year time frame, and I just want to draw a quick line of support. So, we can. I really wanted to go through that. Okay, so let's just look at this breakout channel. Let's zoom in. So right here, we kind of dipped into it. That's what I see. I think this is a key level to hold for us right here. Is this kind of 380s? I'd love to have a hammer on the 1 day next to this candle. That'd look really nice. We'll see. Let's look how futures were doing after that bull flag. Okay, looks like we failed. RSI is back down. Looks like we should have a nice bump up from here. So futures, they look okay. So yeah, overall, I think ARK is a great buy if you're willing to put some money in it. This is a long-term investment, 5 years plus. They have great companies in here. They're actively managing it. I can't say it enough. We're in a discount right now. I don't think there's any reason to have worry. NASDAQ's down 10%. So, I would encourage you guys to load up if you would like to. Not my decision. And yeah, if you guys, this is my first video, might have been kind of weird, but if you guys have any other stocks you want me to look at, anything like that, just leave it down in the comments. I'm going to start doing a couple of these a day, so just let me know what you want to see. And then, yeah, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe. That helped me out a lot. So hope you guys have a good one. Let's hope for a green day tomorrow, and yeah, have a good night or day.